The cold metal floor felt like ice against Haiyan-Wu's face. His head hurt badly. Everything was dark and quiet. He tried to remember what happened, but his thoughts were foggy. Slowly, he opened his eyes. Strange blue lights flickered above him. The walls were made of smooth black metal that he had never seen before. This was not his ship. This was not anywhere he knew. Haiyan-Wu sat up carefully. His body ached all over. He was wearing the same clothes from before, but someone had taken his tools and communication device. The room was small, maybe 10 feet, wide and 10 feet long, no windows. Just walls, a door with no handle, and a small hole in the corner that smelled like a toilet. "Where am I?" he said out loud. His voice echoed in the small space. He remembered now. The mission, the planet, the beautiful green world that Earth needed for its growing population. His team had been working there for 3 months. They were making the air better for humans to breathe. It was legal work. They had all the papers. Then the alien ships came. Haiyan-Wu stood up and walked to the door, pushed it, but it would not move. He hit it with his fist. Nothing happened. The metal was too strong. "Somin Tae-Haiyan," he called out. These were his crew members. Somin was the best pilot he knew. Tae-Haiyan could fix anything that was broken, but no one answered him. Hours passed. Maybe days. Haiyan-Wu could not tell. The lights never changed. No one brought him food or water. His mouth was dry, and his stomach made hungry noises. Finally, the door made a soft sound and opened. 2 alien creatures walked in. They were tall and thin, with gray skin and big black eyes. They wore white clothes that looked like uniforms. "Human Haiyan-Wu," one of them said. Its voice was strange, like a computer trying to talk. "You will come with us. Where are my friends?" Haiyan-Wu asked. "Where are Somin and Tae-Haiyan?" The aliens did not answer. One of them held up a small device. It made a buzzing sound. Haiyan-Wu felt his arms and legs go weak. He could not move them. "You will come with us," the alien said again. They carried him through long hallways. Everything was white and clean. Other aliens walked past them, but they did not look at Haiyan-Wu. Some were tall and gray like his guards. Others were different. Some had fur, some had many arms. Some looked like big insects. They brought him to a large room with a high ceiling. In the center was a chair that looked like a throne. An alien sat in the chair. This one was bigger than the others. It had blue skin and wore clothes with gold decorations. "I am Magistrate Veltar," the blue alien said. "You are the human called?" "Haiyan-Wu." "Yes," Haiyan-Wu said. He could move his mouth, but his arms and legs were still weak. "Why am I here? What did I do wrong?" "You and your kind are dangerous," Veltar said. "Humans spread too fast. You take planets that belong to others. You change them without asking." "That's not true," Haiyan-Wu said. "We had permission. We bought the rights to that planet legally." "From whom?" Veltar asked. "From the Galactic Trading Council. We have all the papers." Veltar made a sound like laughing, but it was not happy. "The Trading Council has no power. They are just merchants. The real power belongs to us, the Galactic Council of Worlds." "I never heard of you," Haiyan-Wu said. "Because humans are new and stupid," Veltar said. "Your species is only 500 years old in space. We have been here for millions of years. We decide who can live where. Then why didn't you tell us?" "Before? Because we hoped you would stay in your small corner of the galaxy. But you did not. You keep coming to new worlds. You keep making more humans. Soon, you will want our worlds too." Haiyan-Wu felt angry. "We're not trying to hurt anyone. We just need room to live." "That is what all dangerous species say," Veltar said. "Do you know what we do with dangerous species?" "What?" "We stop them before they become too dangerous." 2 more aliens came into the room. They were carrying Somin and Tae-Haiyan. His friends looked hurt and scared. Somin had a cut on her face. Tae-Haiyan's shirt was torn. "Let them go," Haiyan-Wu said. "They didn't do anything wrong. They are human." Veltar said, "That is enough. What are you going to do to us? Your friends will stay in prison. You will die. Why just me? Because you are the leader. When we kill you, the others will understand. Humans must learn that we are in charge." Felt cold inside. Can't just kill people for being human. We can do anything we want, Veltar said. But we are not cruel. We will give you a fair death. What does that mean? You will fight for your life. If you win, you and your friends go free. If you lose, you die. Fight what? Veltar smiled. It was a terrible smile. The Kethver. What is that? It's a perfect killer. We made it in our laboratories. It has the best parts of every dangerous animal in the galaxy. It is faster than a tiger, stronger than a bear, smarter than a wolf. It has never lost a fight. That's not fair. I'm just a human. Exactly, Veltar said. You are just a human. When you die, everyone will see that humans are weak. They will stop being afraid of your species. The guards picked up Hyanwu again. His arms and legs were still weak from the device. Wait, he said. When do I fight this thing? Tomorrow, Veltar said. On the Great Arena. All the important people in the galaxy will watch. Your death will be famous. They carried him back to his cell. This time, the cell was different. It was bigger, with a real bed and a small bathroom. They brought him food and water. Your last meal, one of the guards said. Eat well. Tomorrow you die. He and Wu sat on the bed and ate the strange food. It tasted like nothing he had ever eaten before. But he was too hungry to care, he thought. About his friends. He thought about Earth. He thought about the planet they had been working on. All those people who needed a new home. I won't let them kill me, he said quietly. I won't let them hurt Soman and Taehyun, but deep inside, he was scared. How could a human fight a perfect killer? How could he win against something made to kill? Outside his cell, he could hear aliens talking. They were excited about tomorrow. They wanted to see the human die. Hanwoo closed his eyes and tried to sleep. Tomorrow would be the hardest day of his life. Maybe the last day of his life, but he would not give up. Humans never gave up. That was what made them strong. He just hoped it would be enough. Hanwoo woke up when the lights turned bright. He had not slept well. Bad dreams filled his mind all night. Dreams of monsters and death. The door opened. 4 alien guards walked in. They were different from yesterday. These ones were bigger and stronger. They wore black armor and carried weapons. Time to go, human, one of them said. They put metal chains on Hyanwoo's hands and feet. The chains were heavy and cold. They made it hard to walk fast. Where are we going? Hyanwoo asked. Your death, the guard said. The arena is waiting. They walked through many hallways. More aliens joined them as they walked. Some were guards. Others looked like scientists with white coats and strange tools. All of them stared at Hyanwoo like he was something interesting, but dangerous. How big is this arena? Hyanwoo asked. Big enough for everyone to see you die, another guard said. They came to a large door made of thick metal. Strange symbols were carved into it. The door was so big that 10 humans could walk through it side by side. This is it, the first guard said. Last chance to pray to your human gods. I don't need to pray, Hyanwoo said. I need to live. Door opened slowly. A sound like ocean waves hit Hyanwoo's ears. But it was not water. It was the sound of thousands of voices talking and shouting. Light poured through the door. Bright white light that made Hyanwoo close his eyes. When he opened them again, he could not believe what he saw. The arena was huge. It was like a giant bowl cut into the ground. Thousands and thousands of aliens sat on seats that went up and up and up. The seats were full. Every alien in the galaxy seemed to be there. The floor of the arena was covered in sand, red sand that looked like it had been used many times before. Its dark stains marked the sand in some places. Hyanwoo did not want to think about what made those stains. Walk, the guard said, pushing Hyanwoo forward. They walked down a long path. To the center of the arena, the noise from the crowd was very loud. Some aliens were cheering. Others were making sounds that might have been laughing. Many of them pointed at Hyanwoo. In the center of the arena was a raised platform. On the platform sat Magistrate Veltar. Other important-looking aliens sat next to him. They all wore fancy clothes with gold and silver decorations. Welcome. Veltar's voice boomed across the arena. Speakers made his voice so loud that everyone could hear. Today we have a special show. Today we will prove that humans are not as dangerous as some think. The crowd made excited noises, some of them stood up to get a better look at Hyenwu. This human, Veltar continued, was caught changing a planet without permission. He and his kind think they can do whatever they want. But today, they will learn the truth. More cheering from the crowd. Human Hyenwu will face our greatest creation, the perfect killer, the Kethfer. The crowd went wild. They screamed and shouted and made sounds that hurt Hyenwu's ears. Some of them threw things onto the sand. The guards took off Hyenwu's chains. His hands and feet were free, but there was nowhere to run. The arena walls were too high and too smooth to climb. "Good luck, human," one of the guards said. But he did not sound like he meant it. They left Hyenwu alone in the center of the arena. The sand was hot under his feet. The bright lights made everything look sharp and clear. On the other side of the arena, a door started to open. It was smaller than the door Hyenwu had come through, but it was made of thicker metal. Strange sounds came from behind it. Growling sounds, hungry sounds. The show began. Veltar shouted. The door opened all the way. First, Hyenwu could not see anything. The area behind the door was dark. But then something moved in the darkness. Something big. The Kethfer stepped into the light. Hyenwu had never seen anything so frightening. The creature was 12 feet tall and covered in black scales that looked like armor. Its arms were long and powerful, ending in claws that were longer than Hyenwu's fingers. Its legs were thick and strong, built for running and jumping. But the worst part was its head. It looked like a mix of every dangerous animal Hyenwu had ever seen. It had the teeth of a shark, the eyes of a wolf, and the jaw of a crocodile. When it opened its mouth, Hyenwu could see rows and rows of sharp teeth. The crowd loved it. They cheered and screamed as the Kethfer walked onto the sand. The creature looked around at all the aliens watching. It seemed to smile. "Beautiful, isn't it?" Veltar said into his speaker. "We took the best parts from every predator in the galaxy."
Yes, speed, strength, intelligence, and the desire to kill.
Nothing can stop it. The Kethfer started walking toward Hyenwu. Its steps were careful and quiet, like a cat hunting a mouse. Its yellow eyes never looked away from him. Hyenwu backed away, but there was nowhere to go. The creature was faster than him, stronger than him. It was made to kill. "Come on," Hyenwu said quietly to himself. "Think. There has to be a way." The Kethfer stopped walking. It was only 20 feet away now, close enough that Hyenwu could smell it. It smelled like blood and death. The creature lifted its head and sniffed the air. It seemed confused about something. Its yellow eyes looked at Hyenwu in a strange way. "Kill!" Veltar shouted. "Kill the human!" But the Kethfer did not move. It just stood there, sniffing and looking at Hyenwu. The crowd became quiet. This was not what they expected. "What is it doing?" someone in the crowd asked. "Why isn't it attacking?" asked another. The Kethfer took a step closer to Hyenwu, then another step. Hyenwu wanted to run, but his legs felt frozen. The creature was close enough to touch now. Slowly, the Kethfer lowered its head. It sniffed Hyenwu's shirt. Its breathing was loud and deep. Its teeth were so close that Hyenwu could see his reflection in them. Then something amazing happened. The Kethfer sat down. It sat down like a dog. Its tail, which had sharp spikes on it, lay flat on the sand. It looked up at Hyenwu with its yellow eyes, and those eyes did not look angry anymore. They looked curious. The arena became very quiet. No one was cheering now. No one was making noise. Everyone was staring at the Kethfer and the human. "What is happening?" Veltar shouted. "Kill him. That is your purpose." Kethfer turned its head toward Veltar. It made a sound, a low rumbling sound that came from deep in its chest. It was not a growl. It was something else. Something the aliens had never heard before. Then the creature turned back to Hyenwu and made the same sound. Softer this time, almost gentle. "I don't understand," Hyenwu said. "Why aren't you trying to kill me?" The Kethfer tilted its head to one side, like it was listening. It's like it was trying to understand what Hyenwu was saying. "This is impossible," Veltar screamed. "Guards, force it to attack." But the guards did not move. It seemed as confused as everyone else. The Kethfer stood up slowly. Hyunwoo thought this was it. Now it would kill him. But instead, the creature walked to his side and sat down again, right next to him, like it was protecting him. No, Veltar said. This cannot be happening. The crowd began to whisper among themselves. Some of them sounded scared. Others sounded amazed. Hyunwoo looked down at the Kethfer. The creature looked back at him. In its yellow eyes, he saw something he never expected to see. Intelligence. And something else. Something that looked almost like friendship. What are you? Hyunwoo asked quietly. The Kethfer made its rumbling sound again. Then it did something that made the entire arena gasp. It bowed its head to Hyunwoo, like it was showing respect. Impossible, Veltar whispered. But his voice was loud enough for everyone to hear. The perfect killer had chosen not to kill, and nobody knew why. The arena was still quiet. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Everyone stared at the human and the creature sitting together on the red sand. Magistrate Veltar stood up from his chair. His blue face was dark with anger. "Guards," he shouted. "Get that human away from that thing." 20 guards ran onto the arena floor. They carried long sticks that sparked with electricity, but when they got close to the Kethfer, the creature stood up and growled. It was not the gentle rumbling sound from before. This was a real growl, a warning. The guards stopped. They looked scared. "It will not let us get close," one of them said. "Then shoot it," Veltar screamed. "What, sir?" another guard said. "The Kethfer costs more than a whole planet. We cannot destroy it." Veltar made angry sounds. "Then get the scientists. Find out what is wrong with it." The guards backed away slowly. The Kethfer watched them go, then sat down next to Hyunwoo again. "Protecting me," Hyunwoo said quietly. "But why?" The creature looked at him with its yellow eyes. It made the soft rumbling sound again. This time, Hyunwoo thought it sounded almost like a cat. Purring, more aliens came into the arena. These ones wore white coats and carried strange tools. They were scientists. "Stay back," called their leader. He was a tall alien with green skin and 4 arms. "We need to study this from a safe distance first." The scientists set up machines around the arena. The machines made beeping sounds and flashed colored lights. They pointed at Hyunwoo and the Kethfer. "Interesting," the green alien said. "Very interesting." "What is it, Dr. Zephyrin?" Veltar asked. "The creature's brain activity is completely different," Dr. Zephyrin said. "It should be in hunting mode, but instead it is in ... protection mode." "Protection mode? That is impossible. We did not program." "Protection mode, I know, but the readings do not lie." Hours passed. The scientists took more readings. They brought bigger machines. They talked among themselves in worried voices. Finally, Dr. Zephyrin walked closer to Hyunwoo and the Kethfer. He stopped about 30 feet away. "Human," he called out. "I need to ask you questions." "My name is Hyunwoo," Hyunwoo said. "Hyunwoo, tell me, what did you do to the creature?" "Nothing. I just stood here. It came to me and sat down." "Did you make any sounds? Any gestures?" "No. I was too scared to move." Dr. Zephyrin made notes on a small device. "Have you ever seen a Kethfer before?" "No. I never heard of them until yesterday." The scientist thought for a moment. "I need to bring someone else, someone who might understand this." Dr. Zephyrin spoke into his communication device. "Bring the human scientist. The one we captured last month." A few minutes later, guards brought another human into the arena. This one was older than Hyunwoo, with gray hair and tired eyes. He wore the same white coat as the alien scientists, Minho. Hyunwoo said, "You're alive." The older human looked surprised. "Hyunwoo, what are you doing here? They captured my team. They want to kill me." Minho looked at the Kethfer sitting next to Hyunwoo. His eyes went wide. "This is impossible. Do you know about these creatures?" Dr. Zephyrin asked. "I helped study them," Minho said. "You forced me to work in your labs, but I never saw one. Act like this. Then explain what is happening." Minho walked slowly toward Heianwu and the Kethver. The creature watched him but did not growl. When Minho got close, the Kethver sniffed him like it had sniffed Heianwu. Amazing, Minho. Said it recognizes me as human too. What does that mean? Veltar demanded. Minho looked up at the magistrate. It means you made a mistake when you created these creatures. Explain. The Kethver was made using DNA from the most dangerous predators in the galaxy, but some of that DNA came from Earth. What? Earth's predators are different from other planets' predators. They evolved alongside humans for millions of years. Wolves, big cats, bears, they all learned to live with humans. Some of them even became our friends, Dr. Zephron made. More notes. Continue. The Kethver has wolf DNA, cat DNA, and bear DNA inside it. When it sees a human, those parts of its brain remember. They remember that humans are not prey. Humans are pack leaders. That is ridiculous, Veltar said. Is it? Minho asked. Look, at your perfect killer is sitting next to Heianwu like a loyal dog. The Kethver heard its name mentioned. It looked at Minho and made the rumbling sound again. It is trying to communicate, Minho said. The rumbling sound, it is not in your translation computers because it is not language. It is packed behavior. It is saying, I am friendly and I belong to this group. This is impossible, Dr. Zephron said. We programmed it to kill. Programming should be stronger than any genetic memory. You programmed it to be a perfect predator, Minho said. But you forgot something important. The most perfect predators on Earth do not hunt alone. They hunt in packs. Every pack needs a leader. Minho pointed at Heianwu. The Kethver sees him as its pack leader. It will not kill him. It will protect him. Then we will reprogram it, Veltar said. You cannot, Minho said. The behavior is too deep. It is built into the creature's DNA. You would have to rebuild the entire creature from scratch. Veltar made very angry sounds. Then we will destroy it and make a new one. That will take years, Dr. Zephron said, and cost more money than we have. Then what do you suggest? Dr. Zephron looked at his readings again. We need to study this more. We need to understand exactly how this bond works. Fine, Veltar said, but keep them separated. We cannot let other humans see this. Actually, Dr. Zephron said, I think we should keep them together. The creature is calmer when the human is near. If we separate them, it might become violent. Do whatever you want, Veltar said. Just fix this problem. The guards cleared the arena, but instead of taking Heianwu back to his cell, they brought him to the science laboratory. The Kethver followed close behind him. The laboratory was huge, with white walls and bright lights. Machines filled every corner. Scientists worked at tables covered with strange tools and glowing screens. They put Heianwu in a room with glass walls. The Kethver went into the room with him, lay down on the floor next to Heianwu's chair. Comfortable, Minho asked through the glass. Not really, Heianwu said, but I am alive. That is more than any of us expected. Dr. Zephron came to the glass wall. We will run more tests tomorrow. For now, you should rest. What about my friends, Soman and Tehain? They are safe. For now, the lights in the laboratory dimmed. Most of the scientists went home. Only a few guards stayed to watch Heianwu and the Kethver. Heianwu tried to sleep, but it was hard with the creature so close. Every time he moved, the Kethver opened its eyes to check on him. It was like having a very large, very dangerous guard dog. Why are you protecting me? Heianwu asked quietly. The Kethver made its rumbling sound. Then it did something that surprised Heianwu. It moved closer and rested its huge head on Heianwu's feet. You really think I am your pack leader? Heianwu said. The creature's tail moved slightly. If Heianwu did not know better, he would think it was wagging. This is crazy, Heianwu said. But maybe crazy is good. Maybe crazy will keep us alive. Kethver closed its eyes and began to sleep. Its breathing was slow and deep, peaceful. For the first time since his capture, Heianwu felt hope. He was not alone anymore. He had an ally, a very powerful ally. Tomorrow, he whispered, we will find a way to save my friends. The Kethver's tail moved again, almost like it understood, almost like it agreed. 3 days passed in the laboratory. Every day, the scientists ran more tests on Haiyan and the Kethfer, and they measured everything. Heart rate, brain waves, blood, even the air they breathed. The Kethfer never left Haiyan side. When scientists came too close, it growled softly. When they brought food, it waited for Haiyan to eat first. When Haiyan slept, it watched the door. Doctor. Gato Zephyrin told Magistrate Veltar. The creature acts more like a pet. Every day. I do not want a pet, Veltar said. I want a weapon. Then you will need to start over. This one is useless for killing humans. But word about the arena fight was spreading across the galaxy. Aliens talked about it on their communication networks. They shared videos and pictures. Everyone wanted to know about the human who tamed the perfect killer. On the 4th day, something changed. Haiyan woke up to the sound of alarms. Red lights flashed in the laboratory. Scientists ran around with worried faces. What is happening? Haiyan asked through the glass. Dr. Zephyrin looked frightened. Other planets are asking questions. They want to know why the Kethfer did not kill you. Some of them are saying we lied about how powerful it was. Good, Haiyan said. How not? Good. If people stop being afraid of our weapons, they will stop following our orders. More alarms rang. A scientist ran up to Dr. Zephyrin. Sir, we have a problem in Section 7. What kind of problem? The other Kethfer. They're acting strange. Dr. Zephyr's green face turned pale. Show me. They brought up pictures on the big screens in the laboratory. Haiyan could see other rooms with glass walls. In each room was another Kethfer. But these creatures were not sitting quietly like his Kethfer. They were pacing back and forth. They looked upset. When did this start? Dr. Zephyrin asked. This morning. Seemed to be looking for something. Or someone. Doctor. Zephyrin looked. At Haiyan? They can smell him. They know there is a human here. What does that mean? It means the genetic memory is stronger than we thought. All Kethfer might react this way to humans. More scientists gathered around the screens, talked in quick, worried voices. Sir, one of them said, we also have reports from the prison levels. The human prisoners are missing. Missing? How someone helped them escape? Dr. Zephyrin closed his eyes. Who? We are not sure. But the security cameras showed 2 humans running through the halls. A woman and a man. Haiyan heart jumped. Somin and Taehan. Your friends escaped, Dr. Zephyrin said. This is very bad. 4. You, maybe, Haiyan said, but good for them. The Kethfer, next to Haiyan stood up. It had been listening to everything. Its yellow eyes looked bright and alert. The creature understands, Dr. Zephyrin said. It knows its pack is in danger. More alarms rang. Sounds were getting louder and more urgent. Sir, another scientist called out, you need to see this. New pictures appeared on the screens. These showed the outside of the building. Haiyan could see his friends, Somin and Taehan, running across an open area. But they were not alone. Behind them were 3 Kethfer. How did they escape their containment? Dr. Zephyrin asked. We think the other humans let them out. That is impossible. Humans do not know how to operate our systems. No, sir. But they do not need to. The Kethfer broke out by themselves. They followed the human scent. On the screen, Haiyan watched his friends reach a small building. The Kethfer stayed close to them, looking around for danger. They moved like guard dogs, protecting their owners. This is a disaster, Dr. Zephyrin said. No, said a new voice. It was Minho. He had been watching from across the laboratory. This is evolution. What do you mean? For millions of years, humans and predators lived together on Earth. We helped each other survive. Now that same partnership is happening here. We created the Kethfer to be weapons, Dr. Zephyrin said. But you used Earth DNA, Minho said. Earth predators do not just kill, they also protect. They form families. They work together. The screens showed more Kethfer escaping from their containment rooms. Each one ran toward the building where Somin and Taehan were hiding. How many Kethfer do you have? Haiyan asked. 20, Dr. Zephyrin said quietly. and now humans control all of them. Dr. Zephron's communication device made urgent beeping sounds. He answered it quickly. "Sir," a voice said through the device, "we have bigger problems. Long-range sensors show ships approaching our system." "What kind of ships?" "Human ships, a lot of them." Huan-Wu smiled for the first time in days. "Earth found us." "How?" Dr. Zephron asked. The Kethver next to Huan-Wu made its rumbling sound. "It looked happy too. He said the bond was getting stronger," Huan-Wu said. "Maybe it works both ways. Maybe your perfect killer sent a signal home." More beeping came from Dr. Zephron's device. "Sir, the human ships will be here in 6 hours." "What are your orders?" Dr. Zephron looked at Veltar through a communication screen. The blue alien looked very angry and very scared. "Release more Kethver," Veltar ordered. "Send them to stop the escaped humans." "Sir," Dr. Zephron said, "that will not work. The Kethver will not attack humans. They will join them. And what do you suggest? We negotiate." "Never. We do not negotiate with lesser species." But even as Veltar spoke, more reports came in. Other planets in the galaxy were watching what was happening. They saw that the Council's perfect weapon did not work against humans. Some planets were starting to ask questions about the Council's power. "Sir," a new voice said through the communication system, "the Rixon system has declared independence from the Council." "What?" They said if the Council cannot control humans, maybe the Council is not as strong as they claimed. Veltar's blue face became very dark. "This is all the humans' fault," Minho said. "This is the fault of beings who think they can control everything. Nature always finds a way to be free." On the screens, Huan-Wu could see his friends setting up some kind of communication device. The Kethver formed a circle around them, watching for enemies. "They are calling the human ships," Dr. Zephron said. "Telling them where to land, and the Kethver are helping them," Huan-Wu added. The creature next to Huan-Wu walked to the glass wall, put one large paw against the glass, and looked at Huan-Wu. Its yellow eyes seemed to be asking a question. "You want to join them?" Huan-Wu said. "You want to help your pack?" The Kethver made its rumbling sound again. Louder. "This time, the creature is calling to the others," Minho said. "Listen." From the screens, they could hear answering calls. The escaped Kethver were responding to Huan-Wu's creature. They were talking to each other across the facility. "They are organizing," Dr. Zephron said with fear in his voice. "Are planning something?" "Yes," Huan-Wu said. "They are planning to be free." The alarms got louder. More red lights flashed. Scientists ran around trying to fix problems that could not be fixed. "Sir," another voice said through the communication system, 3 more planetary systems have declared independence. They are saying the Council has no real power." Veltar's image disappeared from the screen. He was probably too angry to speak. Dr. Zephron looked at Huan-Wu through the glass. "What do you want?" "I want you to let us go. All of us. Humans and Kethver." "And if we refuse?" Huan-Wu looked at his Kethver companion. The creature looked back at him with trust and loyalty in its yellow eyes. "Then you will find out what happens when perfect killers have perfect leaders." Outside, the sound of approaching ships grew louder. Earth was coming. This time humanity would not be alone. The first human ship landed just as the sun was setting, and another, then 10 more. Soon, 50 human ships filled the sky around the Council facility. Huan-Wu watched through the laboratory windows. His heart felt warm seeing the familiar blue and white colors of Earth's fleet. The ships were not big war vessels. They were rescue ships, exploration ships, and transport ships. But there were many of them. "Your people came fast," Dr. Zephron said. He sounded worried. "Humans always come for their family," Huan-Wu said. The Kethver next to him stood up and walked to the window. It looked at the ships and made its rumbling sound. The sound was happy and excited. "It knows help has arrived," Minho said. Dr. Zephron's communication device buzzed. "Sir, the human ships are requesting permission to land near the facility." "Denied," Dr. Zephron said. "Sir, they are landing anyway. Send our defense ships." "We tried, sir, but our pilots are refusing to fight. They say they do not want to." "Start a war with humans." Dr. Zephron closed his eyes. Why not? 'Cause other planets are watching. If we attack the humans, those planets might attack us. Through the windows, Haiyan could see alien ships in the sky, but they were not council ships. They were ships from other planets. Ships that had declared independence from the council. How many planets have left the council? Haiyan asked. 15, Dr. Zephron said quietly. More thinking about? Because they saw that your perfect weapon does not work. No. Because they saw that humans make better friends than enemies. The communication device buzzed again. Sir, the escaped humans are approaching the main entrance. They have. Companions. How many companions? All 20 Kethver, sir. Dr. Zephron looked at the screens. Soman and Tahin were walking toward the building. Around them, the Kethver moved like a protective wall. The creatures looked alert but not angry. They looked like soldiers following their leaders. This is impossible, Dr. Zephron said. The Kethver should not be able to work together like this. There's predators or pack hunters, Minho said. You gave them pack instincts. Now they have pack leaders. What do the humans want? Dr. Zephron asked. The answer came through the communication system. It was Salman's voice. We want Commander Haiyan released immediately. We want all human prisoners freed. Only want safe passage home. And if we refuse, then you can explain to the galaxy why you are holding peaceful explorers prisoner. Dr. Zephron looked at Magistrate Veltar's image on the screen. The blue alien looked older and more tired than before. What? Are your orders, sir? Dr. Zephron asked. Veltar was quiet for a long time. Finally, he spoke. How many ships do the humans have here? 50, sir. And how many council planets still follow our orders? 43, sir. Down from 200 this morning. Veltar made sad sounds. We are losing everything. Yes, sir. Can we defeat the human ships? Maybe. But it would be a bloody fight. And the other planets would see us as attackers. If we'd let the humans go, then everyone will know that humans defeated our greatest weapon. Veltar closed his eyes. But if humans can turn our weapons into allies, maybe they are not the threat we thought they were. What do you mean, sir? Maybe they are the solution. Dr. Zephron looked confused. Solution to what? To our weakness? For too long, we have ruled through fear. Fear of our weapons. Fear of our power. But fear makes enemies. These humans, ... they make friends. On the screens, they could see more ships arriving. Not just human ships now. Ships from the planets that had declared independence. All coming to see what would happen. Sir, Dr. Zephron said, I think we should negotiate. Yes, Veltar said. Bring the human commander to me. And bring his ... companion. Dr. Zephron looked at Haiyan. The magistrate wants to speak with you, good Haiyan said. I want to speak with him too. They opened the glass walls of the laboratory. The Kethver immediately moved to Haiyan side. Together, they walked through the hallways of the facility. Other aliens backed away as they passed. Some looked scared of the Kethver. Others looked amazed at how calm and controlled the creature was. They reached the main chamber where Veltar waited. The blue alien sat in his chair, but he looked smaller than before, less powerful. So Dashmin and Tahiyan were already there. They saw Haiyan. They ran to him. Commander, Soman said. Are you hurt? I am fine, Haiyan said. Better than fine. The 20 escaped Kethver had followed Soman and Tahiyan into the chamber. They spread out around the room, but they did not look threatening. They looked like bodyguards. Amazing, Veltar said. Quietly, they really do obey humans. They do not obey us, Haiyan said. They choose to work with us. There is a difference. Explain. Obedience comes from fear. Cooperation comes from respect. Earth's predators learned to respect humans. Millions of years ago, your Kethver have that same instinct. Veltar stood up from his chair. He walked down to where Haiyan stood. The Kethver watched him carefully, but did not growl. What do you want from us? Veltar asked. We want peace, Haiyan said. We want to explore and find new homes for our people. We do not want to hurt anyone. And the Kethver. Haiyan looked at the creature beside him. They want the same thing. They want to be part of a pack, part of a family. But they are weapons. They were made to be weapons, but they choose to be protectors. Veltar was quiet for a moment. If we let you go, what happens to us? That depends on you, Hyan-Wu said. You can keep trying to rule through fear. You can learn to lead through respect. I'll work with us. Work with the other planets. Instead of making weapons, make tools. Instead of forcing obedience, earn cooperation. If we do this, you will help us. Hyan-Wu looked at his friends. Salman nodded. Taehyun smiled. The Kethver made their rumbling sounds. Yes, Hyan-Wu said. We will help you. Veltar looked. Around the chamber, the humans, at the Kethver, at his own people who looked hopeful for the first time in years. Very well, he said. I declare an end to hostilities between the Council and humanity. All human prisoners will be freed. The Kethver will go with you if they choose. The other planets that declared independence, they're free to make their own choices, as are we all. The chamber erupted in cheering. Not just from the humans, but from many of the aliens too. Even some of the council guards looked happy. The Kethver began making their rumbling sounds together. It created a deep musical tone that filled the chamber. It sounded like singing. What are they doing? Veltar asked, celebrating Minho. Said it is pack behavior. They are expressing joy. One by one, the Kethvar approached Hyan-Wu, Soman, and Taehyun. Each creature bowed its head in respect. Then they formed a circle around the humans. They are claiming us as their pack. Hyan-Wu said, All of us? And you accept them? Hyan-Wu put his hand on his Kethver's head. The creature purred like a giant cat. Of course, he said, Family is family. Later that day, the human ships prepared to leave, but they were not alone. Had chosen to come with them. Not as prisoners or pets, but as partners. Other ships joined the convoy. Ships from planets that wanted to work with humans instead of being ruled by the Council. Where will you go now? Veltar asked Hyan-Wu before he left. Back to the planet we were terraforming, Hyan-Wu said. There is room for everyone there. Humans, aliens, and Kethver, and us. The Council, you are welcome to, if you want to build instead of control. Veltar looked thoughtful. Perhaps we will visit someday. The invitation is always open. As the ships lifted off, Hyan-Wu looked out the window. His Kethver companion sat next to him, watching the stars. Ready for a new adventure? Hyan-Wu asked. The creature made its happy rumbling sound. Below them, the council facility grew smaller, but the future grew brighter. Humans had not conquered the galaxy through force. They had won it through friendship. And sometimes, friendship was the strongest weapon of all. In the cargo hold of the ship, 20 Kethver rested peacefully. They were no longer perfect killers. They were perfect partners. And across the galaxy, word spread of the humans who turned enemies into family. The universe would never be the same.